So this month, I want to focus on the long lever bridge. Little different take on a normal standard bridge that you see so often. Very similar mechanics, we're just changing the length of your leg position. Now, having something that you can put your feet on is going to be super beneficial. So you can absolutely do this from the floor, but having just that little bit of height gives it that extra boost. If you want to increase the resistance and make it that much harder, you can go up to like a chest press bench or a coffee table, something a little bit higher. So for now, I have this short step that I'm going to use. Really great starting place for this exercise. Now, first things first, why do we want to do this exercise? So if you've been following along this month, I've been talking a lot about mom butt and even hip flexor tightness, okay? Oftentimes that happens because the hamstrings in the back of our leg tend to be part of why or how we stabilize our pelvis and how we find that neutral. The other side of the coin is the abs. So the abs and the hamstrings work together to get that pelvis into a neutral position. When we have babies, pregnancy, preconception, pregnancy, and postpartum, even if you don't make it to postpartum, but you have the pregnancy, this is still something that can affect you, right? So our posture changes, things shove forward, we arch our back, stick out our belly, all of those good things. So getting those proximal hamstrings, which are the ones closer to the butt and pelvis, is going to be really important for helping bring that posture back to neutral, back to that good ribs over hips, and help keep the body strong, stable, and pain-free. Okay, so that's why I really like this exercise and why we're focusing on it for this month. Now, the key here, so with a normal bridge, your feet might be in closer to your butt. With this long lever bridge, as noted by the name, we have our feet a little further out, really as almost straight as you can. You still need to have a little bend or we don't really get the bridge motion here, right? But you want to make sure that you can keep that stack. So if you need to tuck a little, create that flatness, make sure ribs and hips are at the same level. You can also check in, make sure hip bone and pubic bone are at the same level. As you go to lift into the bridge, it's not going to be this massive movement where you lift 10 inches off the ground. Instead, you're going to think about driving your heels into the ground and kind of have them pull your body towards your feet and then lifting up here. Okay. If you slide backwards, then probably means that you're using too much quad, you're pushing backwards, not really getting a good hamstring and glute bridge. So again, you're thinking about driving your feet to the floor, knees towards your feet, lifting up, feeling that hamstring up near your pelvis kick in. Okay. Now, some things that you want to watch for, and I'll show you in the bridge position as well, but making sure we're not trying to get a false range of motion by flaring the rib cage. We're not letting the pelvis tip into that anterior pelvic tilt. And you're really, like I said, trying to pull your body towards your heels. Okay, so if we look for that false range of motion with the rib cage, right, we would be here. Okay, you can see how I push back slightly, my ribs come up instead, versus driving knees towards your feet, lifting up. Okay, really targeting in here. Now, if your knees are opening, you can squeeze a yoga block as you lift to help bring them together. And if they are collapsing, you're going to want to maybe put a band around your knees to lift up as well. So with that band either around your knees, if you're somebody who collapses in, you want to press out against the band and work on that. But think about that press out coming from the feet as well, not just clamshell. So everything pushes together versus just pushing out the knees, okay? And again, squeeze something if your knees tend to fall out. You want to make sure that feet are also straight, not turning in or out. Okay, and then Really just trying hard to concentrate on keeping nice neutral. Spine, ribs, and hips are stacked, driving feet into the floor, thinking about knees over feet. Okay. Again, feeling that hamstring higher up. You don't want to feel it close to the knee. Really thinking about trying to target through here. Eventually, if you can start to hold this, feeling that upper hamstring closer to your butt, really getting nice and high, we can start working into trying it in that single leg position and start working on those different sides. Okay, give this a shot. Let me know what you think. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out.